Michigan Ross could be accused of a little egocentrism. It gives applicants 3 essays, and 2 of them are kind of about Michigan Ross. Applicants might feel like they need more of a chance to share all of their experiences. We would encourage you to really ensure that your resume represents everything about you, that you have a community or leadership section, for example, and that you share interests on your resume too. Unfortunately, the Ross AdCom is pretty stingy with their short answers, so again, do everything you can to offer breadth via the other aspects of your application, particularly that resume. Question 1. Ross experiences in action-based learning, which they call by an acronym REAL. At Michigan Ross, we believe the best way to learn is by doing. In our full-time MBA program, you will put your skills and knowledge to test in real-world situations with real stakes. How will this learning environment benefit you, and how do you plan to contribute to the action-based learning experience? 300 words. All right, so this isn't purely 100% about Ross. Here you can discuss your learning style or life experiences that lead you to believe that you will succeed in an action-based learning environment. Of course, you need to know what that real experience is, and it's not just their MAP program, their famous 7-week consulting program that all students partake in. Ross offers action-based investment funds, courses in which you develop products. The courses and co-curricular activities are vast. We'll link to them in the description of the video below, but know that your job isn't just to note a resource or two. Instead, you need to again provide context for why you might need to engage with a course or co-curricular activity or two, and then reflect and give tangible examples of how you very much intend to contribute as you engage. In some ways, the word action applies to you. They want to figuratively see you in action in their class. Essay 2, how will you make an impact at Michigan Ross? Michigan Ross is proud to support a community of leaders and impact makers. As a future member of this community, we want to know more about who you are and what drives you. Please choose one of the following prompts to tell us more about what makes you stand out beyond your academic and work experience. List the prompt you're answering at the top of your response, 200 words. What makes you unique? Can you provide a specific example of how you've overcome a personal challenge? What makes you excited to get up each morning? Describe a time when you made a difference in your community or with an individual. Whoa, very, very long question. So this is where you get to shine. What have you been dying to tell the admissions committee about yourself, at least from your non-academic or professional experiences? The questions in this prompt are flexible enough that you should be able to maneuver or spin your best stories to fit one of the 4 prompts. When it comes to the question about uniqueness or motivations, you can still share a narrative. You don't want to be making a statement like, I'm motivated to wake up in the morning when I have a creative endeavor to tackle. Instead, and this is just an example of course, you should be sharing a narrative about how creativity is a driving force in your life and manifests on a great day. In any of these essays, you want to use a STAR approach, situation, task, action, result, so that the reader is engaged in your narrative and truly has context for who or where you are, and then perceives you as the hero of your story, overcoming an obstacle to drive an outcome. One note, there isn't a right or wrong choice here when it comes to which of these prompts to respond to. Just choose the one that you can answer with the most conviction and one that is the most revealing of yourself. On to Essay 3, back to Ross. Part 3, career aspirations. What is your short-term career goal, and how will Ross help you achieve it? 200 words. This one is a fairly straightforward and common goals essay, but in this case, you don't want to just rehash Essay 1, of course. Here you need to provide minimal context to ensure that your goals make sense. Then you need to be very intentional about your short-term goals. Are they ambitious yet plausible? Are you able to clearly articulate the role you aspire to and the firms you would seek to join? And do you really have a sincere plan of action for what you will seek to achieve at Ross, and understand not that Ross has specific resources, but it's instead a specific link in the chain that will enable you to achieve your goals? We would recommend that you commit about 75 to 100 words to establishing your context or goals, and then really drive home why Ross, with thoughtful specifics that show you have a well-researched agenda for your time at the program in the remaining words. In this respect, our on-demand MBA admissions course, onTrack, should be invaluable. While we do have a personal statement module that has lessons covering all of the core components of this critical aspect of your application, we also have a thoughtful and detailed Learn About Michigan Ross module that will quickly accelerate your learning on the school and help you centralize and truncate your research. Of course, we cover many other schools and all aspects of the application itself. It's worth checking out. Okay, we'll wrap this up with a final essay. There's the 250-word optional statement. If you have a problem that needs to be discussed, weak grades, tough GRE score, time off for health reasons, whatever it may be, this is the place to address it briefly, while hopefully sharing a story that reveals how you own the issue and hopefully have mitigated it. And you don't need to use all 250 words. For more on this topic, check out our sample onTrack lesson, 3 keys to writing MBA optional essays, coming up next. Best of luck with your applications to Michigan Ross.